Good morning. This is Body Soul Yoga. We're going to start our 7:30 a.m. class shortly. So all you'll need today is a yoga mat. Let me know if you're here on the chat or give me a text. Good morning, Lisa. We are well. I hope you are too. Thank you. Okay. So just grab anything you need, maybe a glass of water, stretch your mat out. Maybe a blanket if you'd like a bit of padding under your knee. I'm just going to grab a blanket myself, so I'll see you in a minute. Maybe a stretch. Good down. Okay. Right, so yeah, jump around the mat, have a little stretch. Or you can lay back down on the mat. We're going to start lying down today on our backs. So let me know what you've been up to. And at 11 o'clock today, I'm hosting a little tea and meeting chat. So hopefully you've got the email for that, and if you've got a moment to spare, just try the link, see if you can get me and we can have a quick cup of tea together between 11 and 12. Morning, Vicky, hope you're well. And anyone else that's joined us, I'm just going to let the dog out. What do you want to see? Okay, we'll begin in 1 minute. Hopefully a few more people will join us. Good morning, if I haven't said good morning already to you. So we'll just need a yoga mat today. Maybe grab a glass of water. Maybe some padding for your knee. Okay, no doubt Echo will want to come back halfway through the class. So she'll just have to wait. She's running around in the garden there, probably searching for cats and squirrels. Okay, so we are going to start on our backs today, so if you want to ease yourselves down, we'll begin. So welcome to the 7:30 a.m. Wake Up Yoga session. Today I want to be quite grounded, and we're going to use the weight of the body to stretch and tone us. So if you ease yourselves back nice and carefully, give yourself a hug in Apanasana and just take a moment to make sure the whole of your back feels beautifully grounded, connected to the floor. And let's start with a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, sigh the breath away. Just take a moment to notice how you feel as your breath returns to its natural state. So just let the breath flow in and out through your nose. And then as you breathe out through the nose, just squeeze your knees in a little bit closer towards you. And as you breathe in, allow the knees to fall away from you. So just a gentle hugging on the exhale, inhale, releasing forwards. So it's a really nice way to wake up your digestive system before you fill it with breakfast. Just a couple more of those. And then a nice big breath in as you lengthen your legs and reach your arms up and over your head to the floor behind you. So we can start by exhaling, knees in towards you, and inhaling, lengthening again. If you want to work a little bit deeper, you can lift your head and shoulders and bring the nose towards your knees and lengthen again. So a choice to keep the head and shoulders on the floor or not. So a big breath in as you lengthen, a breath out as you hug your knees in. And this is really good to warm the body, to stretch into the back body, to again speed up your metabolism and get your digestive system working. And it's going to tone your core. Now, if your neck needs a bit of support, you can also bring one hand behind the neck as you rise up, or just keep the head and shoulders on the floor completely. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, lengthen. And just really think about keeping the base of your spine nice and grounded and connected to the floor as you stretch your legs up. Lovely, let's take 4 more. Well done. Now finish with your legs high, your arms long, and exhale your arms down beside you. Let's flex the feet here and then point the toes. So flexing and pointing. So if your legs are nice and straight, you should be getting a nice stretch along the whole of the back of the leg as you push your heels away from you. And just think about inwardly rotating your hips, your knees, ankles and toes. That gives you a more even stretch along the back of the legs. And as you do this, keep pushing the base of the spine down, pointing toes and flexing them. If you're feeling that lovely stretch, well done. And then just squeeze your toes and then fan and open your toes. Squeeze the toes and open them so it's just the toes that are working. And keep pushing the base of your spine down. It's really good for that lower abdominal area and your back. Well done. And bring the knees down so that your knees form a right angle behind and between the lower and upper leg. And then it's hands behind the head, ready for some crunches. So we're going to lift the head and shoulders, squeeze the back into the ground. Lower ourselves down again. Breath in, lift and rise. Exhale, lower. Now, if that's getting too much for the lower back, do put your feet on the ground. You can take a simple crunch. If you want to generate a bit more heat, then again, those knees are at the back, right angles, 90-degree angles. I like to exhale to come up and inhale as I lower. But it might work better for you the other way. I'm hoping you're starting to feel a little bit more awake and a little bit warmer. Okay, let's take 4 more of these. Nice deep breaths if you can. And after your 4, just hug your knees in again and just take a little turn of the head and neck so that you are releasing. Fabulous. And then your arms are long beside you. The knees again start above the hips. Curls, just ease the knees in and release them away. Just notice how that feels. So it's an out breath as the knees come in and in breath as they come away. And to challenge yourself, you can also tap your toes on the floor, and make sure the base of the spine stays nice and connected to the floor. And if not, just keep the feet just ahead of the hips. So exhale, knees coming in, inhale, release them away. Well done. Let's take 4 more of these curls. Well done, and then release, give yourself a hug. Pop your feet on the floor and bring your feet so that they are hip distance apart, arms long beside you. Well done. Shuffle your shoulders under, tilt your pelvis up. Let's start to stretch the front body with a nice dynamic bridge. So lift your hips nice and high, coming onto the shoulders, back of the head. Stretch the front body, ease yourself down, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Well done. Breathe in, lift and rise. Breathe out and lower. You can use your arms this time as you come up. Raise your arms up and over the head. just if that's okay for your neck and shoulders. Otherwise, keep your arms beside you. So breath in, lift and rise. Breath out, lower yourself down. Fabulous. A few more of these. Okay, the next time you come up and rise into your bridge pose, we're going to stay here. I want you to push into your big toes and the inner edges of your feet and see if you can push up a little bit deeper and higher. A bit of space between your chin and chest. Now breathe into the front body, the belly, the ribs, the chest, and the throat. Keep seeing if you can push a little bit higher, pushing into those feet. Well done. Really slowly lower yourself down. As you lower your hips, your arms will release down beside you. Give yourself a hug. Well done. And maybe a nice tight hug. Lowering your head and shoulders back down. Let's take the hands behind the head, ready for yogic cycles. So as you breathe in, lift your head and shoulders, stretch your right leg away, right elbow to left knee. Knees in, lower yourself back down again to the floor. Breath in, left leg extends, left elbow to knee. Exhale and inhale as you come down. So very slowly, with control, yogic cycles, starting to work into the obliques. And again, nice and warming as you're working your back and your abdominal area, the whole core. And I like to exhale as I come up and inhale as I lower down. Okay, let's take 6 more. Make sure your head and shoulders are coming down in the center. And after your 6, you can give yourself a hug. Well done. Now let's put the left foot on the ground. Open the right hip, placing the right ankle over that left knee. Eye of the needle, bring your right hand between the space between the legs. And you can catch hold of the back of your left upper leg underneath the knee and interlace your fingers around there. So we're stretching into the right hip now as we wake up this morning. So take an out breath and squeeze and pull that left thigh towards you. If you want to take it deeper, reach your hands in front of your knee and bend the elbows again. So use your out breath to pull the leg a little bit deeper. And obviously do release it away if it gets too much. So sigh that breath away. The out breath can take you a little bit deeper. If you want to use your core as well, just release the arms, keep the legs where they are, bring your arms long beside you. And exhale, draw that left thigh even closer as you feel that lovely stretch to the glutes and the piriformis muscle that runs outside your hip. Hello, Echo, you want to come in a minute, darling? Okay, let's just gently release that side. You can give your legs a little bit of a cycle. And then starting with the right foot on the floor, bending that knee, the left ankle places over that right thigh, outward rotation of the left hip. Lift your right foot off the ground and bring your left hand between the space between your legs, taking the leg underneath the knee. Let's take an out breath as you squeeze and pull that right leg towards you, that right thigh coming in. Use your out breath to pull a little bit deeper. If you're going deeper, take the hands in front of your knee. Maybe one side's easier than the other. Tuck your chin in a little to lengthen out the back of your neck. Notice where you're feeling that most. Sigh the breath away. And if you want to involve your core as well, release your hands beside you, but keep drawing that Right side towards you as you stretch into that left hip. Fabulous. Gently release, cycle the legs. And then popping your left foot on the ground, we're going to stretch the right leg up to the sky. Interlace your fingers around either the lower leg or the upper leg. Take an out breath, bend the elbows and pull that right leg closer towards you, stretch it into the back of that right leg. You could also catch hold of your right toe with the yogic toe lock. So you draw it closer towards you and push that knee and knock it out. That's it. Okay. 1 minute. Lovely. Maybe a nose coming towards the knee, maybe a stretch of that left leg away from you. Are you feeling that in the hamstrings now? Lovely stretch, well done. Let's bend that leg and change sides. So float the left leg into the air. You can take the hands behind the lower upper leg or take the yogic toe lock. Exhale, bend that left leg towards you. Try and straighten that leg as much as possible. And if you're happy to, slide the right leg away as well. Push that right hip down. Inward rotation of this left hip. Maybe a lift of the nose towards your leg. Take it a little bit deeper. And gently release, well done. Let's start to cycle the legs. Push the base of your spine down. Let's really warm up these legs, the joints of the knees. Some nice cycles, regular pace, and then let's go really fast. Nice and warming, and then slow it right down, slow motion. Okay, now we go backwards at a regular pace. That's it. And we speed that up. And then slow it right down. Well done. Push the base of your spine strongly downwards. Should be feeling that in the abs, in the quads. And finish with legs extended. Push the base of your spine down. Well done. 4 more breaths. Now really just push that lower back into the floor. And then if you bend one leg, you can bring the extended leg towards you. Roll yourself up and come onto your hands and knees. Okay, so making sure the knees are under the hips, tuck your toes under, push yourself back into a blissful downward facing dog. So just start to gently pedal your heels into your downward facing dog. The back of your legs should be feeling pretty warm after those lovely hamstring stretches on your back. So just feel that lovely easing of alternate heels to the ground. And when you feel ready, just come to a nice, still, static downward facing dog, hiding your heels so you can't see them, squeezing the heels to the ground, locking out the legs and tilting your pelvis back as though you're sitting on the ceiling, and then push your chest to your thighs and squeeze your palms to the ground. And just stay there a moment, and I'm just going to let Echo in as she's pounding on the glass. Come on then. Here we go. What have you been up to? So I'm hoping you're still in down dog. Now if it gets too much, you can always rest in child pose. So just feel that lovely extension in the arms, good girl. Feel as though your fingers are really long and your fingernails are growing. Good girl, yes. Yes, thank you for letting me in. Okay, so then let's split. Let's split the dog. Lift the right leg into the air. Feel that leg nice and lifted. Feel as though you're pushing the sole of your foot to the ceiling. Feel equal weight in both hands. And squeeze your left heel to the earth. Superb. And let's pop that right foot down and change sides, lifting the left leg. Again, squeeze the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Squeeze the right sole of the foot to the ground. Long arms, equal weight in both hands. And then pop both feet back to the earth, lovely. And then come into a plank. That might mean you take your hands further forwards or back a little bit. Just pausing here. Now if you need to put the knees down, please do. Let's feel lovely and long. Draw the tummy in, push the heels away from you. Feel as though you're squeezing your thighs together. And let's see if we can take a three-limbed plank. So let's bring the weight a bit into the left hand, stretch your right arm forwards. Super. Other side, left arm reaches forwards. Create lovely straight lines with the body, feel solid and strong. Left hand comes down, return to your blissful dog. You can also shake out the wrist if you need to. Let's look between the hands, walk your feet to meet the hands. Come into a soft forward fold, bend the knees, let the head drop nice and heavy. A big breath in, let's take the arms up nice and high. Take a little back bend. Exhale, release down. Inhale, reach up. Take a nice back bend. Exhale, release. Let's really fill the lungs. Lovely full breath in. Feel alive, feel awake. Exhale, fold down. Reaching up and folding down. Last one. Breath in, lengthen. Fold down. Hold here. Bend your knees. Rise up to your chair pose. You can have your arms extended. You can have your hands on your hips. Wherever you are. Lovely full, deep breaths. And if you need to protect your low back, tuck the bottom under. A rocking chair, exhale, drop your head, inhale, rise back to chair. And let's fold, exhale, return to your chair, well done. Two more, exhale, fold, inhale, chair. Next one, hold your chair now, 4 more breaths. And finish in your forward fold. You can pedal the heels, you can shake and nod the head. Listen to what your body needs, lovely. Okay, let's take a tripod position. So 3 points of the body make contact with the ground. So it's the right foot grounded, both fingertips are grounded. Then float the left leg up into the air. Just as high as you can. Again, a little bit of a standing splits, and then ease your nose towards your knees. Okay, so this lovely inversion with the head below the heart is going to really wake you up. So if you're feeling sluggish in the day, just bring the head below your heart. If you feel that right leg locking out or needing to be slightly soft, just give it a little bend. And your challenge today is to try and balance by holding on to just the ankle. Just try and find your center of gravity. Tap the fingers if you need to. Look at the big toe. And breathe. Lovely. Fingertips back on the ground. Let's change sides. So just make sure in the center you're nice and symmetrical. When you're ready, start to lift and stretch the right leg up into the air. And again, that left leg can be soft, so you don't hyperextend the knee. And if you like the challenge, you can try and balance by holding both hands onto the left ankle this time. And you might notice one side's easier than the other as you find a point of stillness. I'm not so good that side. Well done. Okay, bring both feet back, bend your knees, and this time just lay your body on your thighs. And with the weight in your feet, just stretch your fingers away from you and drop the head. If you can walk the fingers away without lifting the heels, just feel a nice stretch in the mid and upper back. And again, this is nice and warming, lovely stretch for the back of the hamstrings now. As we start to lift the bottom a little bit, keep your body in contact with your thighs. And then sink back again, body, thigh contact. Just feel that lovely work in the quads. And then we're going to add a twist. So bring your left hand to the outside of your right ankle. You can bring your right hand into the small of your back and look over your right shoulder. Some of you might want to lengthen your right arm up above you. Still body thigh contact. Excellent. Other side, so look to the ground. Right hand onto the outside of the left ankle. Left hand starts from the small of the back. Look over your left shoulder. And some of you can reach your left arm up. Palm faces the left side. Still body thigh contact. Well done. Look to the ground. Bend the knees so that there's body thigh contact. Keeping body thigh contact again. Try and lengthen the legs, stretching into the hamstrings, but don't look out the legs. Bend the knees again. Body thigh contact, hands onto the hips. The spine is nice and long. And with a big breath in, we're going to come up and give the legs a shake out. Well done. Okay, let's take the legs nice and wide, wide-legged forward fold. So slide those legs away from one another. And we've got the outer edges of the feet parallel to the ground. We're going to take ourselves into a nice half forward fold. You can have the hands on the hips. The spine is long. And if you can lift your toes, shift your weight forwards into them. Finding extension and length in the body and drawing the tummy in to support the lower back. And then take hold of the elbows and just let yourself hang here. Drop the head. Nice straight legs, but weight again into toes as well as heels. And then bring the fingertips on the ground, lift the chest. And then we'll add a twist here as well. So big breath in, reach your right arm up to the sky. Push strongly into the left hand to twist you a little bit deeper round. Other side, right hand is grounded. We reach the left arm up to the sky. Look to that left thumb. And a bit more dynamically, breath in, twist to the right, breath out, hand down. Breath in, twist to the left, hand down. So just keep moving, twisting to each side. We get this mid and upper back working and the neck working, especially if you're going to sit at a desk all day and look at a screen. Okay, one more each side. In the center, let's just take a moment of stillness. Just let the head nod for a moment and shake. These lovely forward folds are fabulous for waking you up, so I'm hoping you're feeling a bit more rested. Let's bring the feet in a little. Come to a frog position, so the feet just about an inch apart, the toes are turning out, and we come to a nice bend of the knees and the heels are lifted. And just bring your hands into prayer position. Nice lifted heart here. Okay, Keep a bend to the knees, but keep the heels lifted. Just rise up an inch. Rise slightly higher. An inch higher. An inch higher. An inch higher. Coming right up, straighten the legs, lock them out. And then we bend the knees a little. Another inch lower. An inch lower. Come down a little bit more. Nice control again. And again. Slightly lower until you get back to your frog. Well done. And then we're going to bring the hands to the ground. Turn and face the front of the mat. And then we take a little boat pose, feet floating off the ground, arms long. Just lifting the feet a little bit. Do keep the knees bent. Chest towards the thighs. Breathing here. Super. Put the feet on the ground. Tuck your chin in. Roll yourself down to a point where you can hold. And then lower yourself another 2 inches. Up 2. Down 2. Up 2. And then really slowly all the way to the ground. And when you reach there, give yourself a hug. And then let's take a brief Shavasana, just to let the energy that we've created be sent to every area of the body. Any toxins we've released to go back to the organs that will emit them from the body. So let's take a few deep breaths here. Sigh the breath away. A couple more. And then just let the breath fall away. Just pausing there for a moment. And just observing the weight of your body on the ground. And then bring your focus back to your body. Start to move it, the toes, the hands, turning the head. Give yourself a hug. And you can ease yourself onto your side. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. Using my voice. And coming up when you're ready to meet me in a comfortable seated position. Well done. So we'll finish with 3 breaths. So sit nice and tall. Take a big breath in, reach up. Exhale, palms down the center line of the body. 2 more. Namaste. Have a nice day. Enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be a good day. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have a moment at 11 o'clock, I've sent most of you an email. Please join me for a cuppa, grab a tea, a coffee, and I'll see you later. If not, Laurence is back here tomorrow morning at 7:30. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bettina, Zoe, Vicky, Lisa, and anyone that joined me. Thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.